Hi everyone, this is Anya and you're watching channel Light Codes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we are having a new message about massive energetic upgrades. And the message is a powerful one. It speaks directly to the transformation about all that is happening right now, energetically, physically, emotionally. Wow. So after the channeled message, I will talk about the key takeaways to help you navigate this shift with more ease, grace, light, love, and peace. So let's dive right in. Every cell in your bodies is motion sick right now because you are on such an accelerated process and you are all time traveling right now. You're jumping timelines all the time. You're bringing together your multidimensional aspects and your human aspects. You're drawing upon knowledge from different universes. You're bringing back forces of different incarnations. You're claiming aspects that are not integrated yet. You're streamlining all those energies into the body, the physical self, and also into the emotional and spiritual self. This has an effect on your physical vessel, meaning that this new information needs to be processed, stored, and worked with. Therefore, the cells in your body need to be rebuilt, sometimes enlarged, sometimes simply changed. Sometimes they're superfluous or even hindering, therefore need to be let go. And this has a huge effect on your physical. This is a death in itself. This is the start of a transformation. This is actually the culmination of a long transformational process. But whenever so much information is being let in, or being released, or being stored again, this brings up emotion, trauma, unprocessed feelings, little echoes of memories, what you call shadows sometimes. The shadows is a very general word, and it is in the individual sometimes very specific. But the cells vibrate so much. They're so active right now that it is very, very difficult for a human being to stay in its equilibrium, to stay in a balanced state. It is not really possible. And don't be so hard on yourself, everyone. Just be accepting of the fact that you are changing at very high speed right now. So we would like to ask of you to not ask of yourselves, to not demand so much of yourselves, and just be wondering what your next self might be. Just witness what is being integrated right now. Just view yourself, watch yourself transform before your very eyes. Things you couldn't do yesterday, can do them today. And things you could do yesterday, you cannot tomorrow. So many things are changing within you right now. With every integration, there is a disentanglement from an old timeline, disentanglement from an old self or the old picture or image of oneself, the old trajectory that was before your eyes, that now is never going to be reached and it's never going to be finished. You're just transferring yourself to a new pinnacle. And you need to come to terms with this. You have a saying on earth, and we like that: change is the only constant. So whenever you feel something is not changing for a while, look at that. Why is it not changing? You have unfinished business there. So what comes to the surface right now, let it just come up and witness. Interact when you feel like this is beneficial for you. Let it pass through you. Remember it. Talk about it or not. The only thing we will ask you not to do is simply look away. That is the only thing that is not acceptable right now. For your own good. Do not look away. And negotiate with yourself who it is you want to transform into. Negotiate the traits you want to have. And be knowing that this being you thought you were was an image projected by your higher self onto this earth. And you were just stepping into this image and filling it with life. And now it is disintegrating, falling away in front of your very eyes. And it is upon you to project a new image, fill it with life, and be it, and expand upon it, and make it your idea. Make it your very person, the one that is most helpful for you to be on earth, and the one that is most helpful for the others to interact with on earth. So streamlining our energies, our cells, emotions, like what does it even mean? So it means that we are really changing on a physical level. We are changing on a cellular level. They called it a cellular reconstruction or deconstruction. So first letting go of the old. Old cells die and new cells may be emerging or, worked about, changed, expanded upon. My vocabulary doesn't fit properly, but you get what I mean. And you're physically changing. So by now, I know you're all experiencing ascension symptoms, and they may be more pronounced or not, maybe you're already through with the majority of it. Maybe you're just starting, getting really into it. And it may be different for all of you. So some of you might be having increased appetite and gaining a little weight. And by gaining a little weight, I've seen this with my clients. Some are really concerned about suddenly gaining so much weight, others losing so much weight suddenly. So don't be alarmed. It will all calm down, and in the end, it will go back to balancing and energetical, equilibrium, as they say. But right now, we're in the midst of all, and it is a crazy ride. So just hang on and enjoy. So, and what comes with change is, of course, the letting go of the old. As I said in my last video, it is an ongoing process. We are still in the midst of it, and we're still called to look into what comes up. So to navigate this, we need to be a little bit of a mother, maybe, to ourselves. Like your inner child may speak up, old wounds may come up, hurt may come up, and be the mature version of yourself, calming this inner child down and be understanding of it also. So do not demand too much of yourself right now. The feeling of I'm emotionally overwhelmed, maybe, or I'm having trouble with friends, I'm having trouble with family, I'm having trouble with myself. Yeah. So you can have a depressive episode, or even maybe feeling a little bit psychotic. Yeah. So it is all part of the process. And it doesn't mean that you are stuck in it, or your process is lost and you're getting back to square one. It is part of the healing. And I think this is super important for us to remember it all. It feels like we are crossing a stormy ocean. It really does. And there is no going around it. It is uncomfortable for many of us. Yeah, motion sick. You can be also seasick. And being nauseous is really also a symptom. Being cold, being feverish, having trouble with your head, maybe. So increased migraines or headaches. It's all part of it. And if you are already having a weak spot with your body, you probably have that. So you feel, well, this is my weak spot, is my stomach, for example. Then you will have a bit of more trouble with this right now, because this is how your body communicates with you first and foremost. And it is leading us right into the middle of our shadows, and it is calling us really to look at it, watch it, discuss it if you like. They said it's not obligatory, so you do not have to talk about it if you do not feel comfortable, or if you do not have someone around. But the only thing they said that is not acceptable for us is to look away or to ignore it. And this is my reminder to all of us, including myself. Let's not ignore it. Even sometimes it can be uncomfortable. Let's look right in the middle of it, grab the bull by its horns, as I say, and just deal with it and ride it through. And let's hope the outcome will be all the better. So what are we doing right now? If we're changing so much on our physical, emotional, spiritual self, we create a new version of us. And they also said that our old trajectories are not going anywhere because we are jumping timelines all the time. We have created a new timeline for ourselves, and we are now called to step forward and create this timeline ourselves. So our higher aspects are being integrated right now. Those of our oversoul, if you want to call it, or higher self, the parts of ourselves that were not incarnated before. They're integrated, multidimensional versions, aspects that were not here with us in the story of ourselves. When we have finished upgrading and when we have finished integrating all of that, we are able to create the new person, the new us, and it can be totally different trajectory then. So we do not have to stick to the old one. This also means you do not have to stay in your old job. You do not have to stay in old relationships if they do not serve you anymore. You can create this version of yourself anew. So how do we do that? And I just started journaling. I started maybe drawing little pictures of images that I can imagine myself in a few years, or even just a few months from now. Dream consciously. Talk to your friends about how do you want to live or who do you want to be. And this is also very important. What is the highest good you can achieve in this new persona for yourself, but also others? So how can we be available to others? These are my key takeaways from this video. I admit it is not an easy time, and I do feel essential symptoms very much right now. I know you all do, and I just want to encourage you, hang in there, let's be together, and let's take this ride together. I'm always curious to read about how you feel, so do not be shy and write in the comment section or continue writing me those emails. I love reading of you, and I hope I see you again in the next video. Bye.